Imagine you're having a normal day at the office, and suddenly an old friend, an acquaintance of yours, getting there saying, "Oh, I had to talk with you, and to do so, I bought this company, Black Ties and White Lies." It's a contract relationship book. It's a fiance, no, fake fiance relationship. Uh, and it was released in 2022. It's recently. And it reminded me a lot of Wattpad. Like reading, the POV of the main characters was really interesting and I liked it a little bit. So it's like having that perspective makes you not hate the characters too much or being able to understand their actions a little bit better. Because to be honest, this book it could never pattern in real life. Like when you read this book and you try to imagine if this happened with me, you should run. It's it's just oh, I hate insects. As I was saying, if this happened in real life, you should run because the characters, the male character is a little bit toxic. It talks a lot about possession and waiting to have something, to have someone. It's really interesting. And again, it's fiction. So it's like you have to separate real life and what's fiction, what's really toxic, and what's toxic in books that you can accept. The book is part of a series, and this series it's called Black Ties Billionaires, and the other two books will release this year. One in February, and the other one in June, July, in June. I think it's something of February 20 something, just that those months. Um, and I don't know yet if the other two books will be like um, about the same characters in the first book. If they'll be included, it can be like their friends falling in love and also being billionaires and millionaires and whatever. It can also be someone else. So I'm really interested in looking forward for that. About the characters, the two main character is called Back and Margot. Um, oh, the female one is Margot. I don't know if this name can be patterned for boys. English names sometimes are like, are they feminine, masculine? I don't know. Um, they're really interesting. I love this book, especially characters, so much because they don't have like 18, 17, or a little bit less, a little bit more. Like I'm used to seeing in fiction, romance, fiction, young adult, fiction, romance books, seeing romance. It was really interesting finding them being like 26 and up. So like, okay, now we're talking about adults, you know? So that part is really good. Um, they are also um, more mature. So you won't see them arguing or discussing bullshit with just things that like it really matters for us to discuss. Um, it was really cool that part. One more of both of them together. I liked her more than him because she's less toxic, but she was a little bit like it got to a part of the book that she was questioning her worth and what she's capable of doing or not too much. That annoyed me. But at the same time, we understand because, like, one day you're in a position, the other day you're dating a billionaire. I don't think if you like broke, or I don't know if you can understand the lifestyle of someone that have billions in their accounts. It's like they have money, money. Like you grow up with money. So it's a total different universe. Even those of there's like poor and middle class, they have different lifestyle. Imagine someone that have billions. So her questioning her worth that much, it's understandable at that point because it's something that like it happens. So I got you. Um, him, I don't hate him. The only thing is like he's kind of possessive. It was too much of mine, 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 time to be mine. And then like you're talking about a human being, but at the same time, he's not a kid. He's not a teenager. He's an adult. So he acts like one, having this little flaw. Um, and they're both responsible. I like it. And I think because it's just one book, you would like to have like more moments of character development. But because it focused a little bit on the romance part of them going to this part, it's a fake relationship. So it's like, oh, we're pretending, and this moment we're not pretending anymore. What are we gonna do? So it focused too much on that part, and it didn't focus on the character development of like. But to be honest, I don't think it had like too much to develop because again, they're adults, so it didn't have big issues when it comes to personality, characters. More of issues with the relationship, with pretending and not pretending, being confused about what is fake, what it's not. So that was really cool. One thing that I would love to see, to read, um, it was having more people from the outside. Like it was just the two of them. Every single thing was two of them. And friends, parents, siblings, they appeared like from one tiny minute. I think if you join every single time they appeared, it would be like just one chapter. uh, so it would be cool to have like people, more interaction with people, with outsiders. But there's some people that would like the book the way it is. Like I just want to pay attention to the both of them and not people from the outside. Well, for me, it would be cool to have. I like comedy, so I think when you have people from the outside, you can have some cool things to laugh about. Because it's a romance. When it's the two of them, it's just romance, so it's just like giggling. Oh, speaking of it, I was giggling a lot, and now we can talk about the spicy parts. It was spicy, not so spicy, but a giggle, giggle, a giggling one, giggling one, yeah. Because it wasn't like I think it was detailed, but at the same time, it was like something different, something mature. It was really cool. It wasn't rushed. It was well explained, and I liked it. And before I give my rating of it, I should say to pay attention to the time split because the author didn't specify like okay 1 month have passed. Okay, at the end of the book she did it, but it was like somewhere in the beginning, a little bit middle, the time passed and I wasn't understanding. It was like 1 month, 1 week. What's going on? What's happening? So pay attention to that, to those parts. Don't skip because you won't understand. But to be honest, it didn't matter that much because nothing happened like in that escape from, let's say, one month to the other. Um, one more. Oh, as I was saying about the spicy thing, it was cool. Like I said, I was giggling. It was funny. I laughed. Um, I was mm, rolling my eyes a little bit with some scenes, but it was cool. I think from 0 to 5, I would give it like a 3 because it wasn't like badly explained. It wasn't rushed. It was like I know what I'm doing, but at the same time, it's like it's not the best that I read. So it's cool. You'll giggle a little too much, I think, in those parts. About the ending of the book, um, it wasn't rushed, and it wasn't. I think the author closed every single issue that had to be closed, and um, it was cool. It's not the best, but at the same time, it's not the worst. I think it's what it should be done. So that happened. I liked it, but I cannot say that it was a. When I look at the book from the beginning to the end, I cannot say that I learned a lot because again, it's just another fake relationship romance, and I think because it's just one book, it didn't have a lot of things to add beside focusing on the relationship. Um, so it didn't add like anything to me besides those that I already know. Um, but it's cool. I think it's like it's refreshing. It brings another perspective, even if you read books that has something related with fake relationship, fake marriage. It's really cool. Again, makes you giggle a little bit, makes you laugh, and you should give a try. Just to spare like a week within that book. Overall, I liked the book. Again, I didn't learn that much from it. It's not something like totally new, but it was really interesting. Um, I read it like in one week, so it was really fast. I couldn't read like in 2 days. It's something that you can read in one day if you have like the whole day to spare. But I work and I'm lazy as well, so I read it like in. I took like what 1 hour, 2 hours each day to read it. You read it fast. It's really interesting, and if I have to give it a score, I think if we put it in fake relationship, contract relationship category, it would be like from 0 to 5. I think I'll give it a 3 as well. Again, it's not the best, but it's something that is well written. So you have to give it something more. I liked it. This is all about the first book, and I think I spoke about every single thing that I wanted, every single thought that I had while reading. I had like some bookmarks about it, but it wasn't like something really different from what I said. Um, so yeah, I like the book. Um, if you have any suggestion about similar books that you find it really interesting and you think I would score it like more than 3 out of 5. Oh, yeah, uh, I said it wrong. 3 out of 5. I would like to see suggestions, and if you didn't read it, I would recommend reading it again for the giggles. And yeah, see you next video.